back to another episode of Level Up, episode 24, where we help therapists build and grow their dream practice and live their dream lifestyle. And today's question comes from actually a local and friend and colleague, Tammy Berman. Tammy, thanks so much. Surprise!
I was wondering, I was like, ooh, someone we know. Awesome.
That's right. Kate's not reading the question, so this is kind of a surprise to her.
Total surprise.
Tammy is asking about ways that we track and analyze the referrals that we get and utilize them to really optimize marketing. Awesome question.
Such an important question. Yes, really important to track that data so you know it's working. And before we dive into our response to Tammy's question, we want to thank TherapyNotes for sponsoring this series. If you guys are in need of an amazing EHR, definitely check them out. And you can get your first 2 months for free with code PPS, as in Private Practice Startup. Just head over to therapynotes.com. We'll put the link in the chat below, so you guys will be able to check that out.
Tammy, I love that you're asking this question, because a lot of times therapists don't think about tracking and measuring, and you cannot change that which you don't track.
That's exactly right. And I know Katie and I are crazy about talking about like marketing, and the tracking and measuring is a big part of knowing what's working in your marketing strategy. And we like to look at the Pareto's rule, which is the 80-20 rule, because oftentimes 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. It's important to know what those 20% of your efforts are with your most effective marketing strategies, and also within your referral relationships. Looking at that specifically, looking at which are my top referral relationships and how can I invest more into that time, energy, and really making sure that you're nurturing those relationships moving forward, or you're spending more of an ad budget on those areas that specifically really return your greatest results.
I mean, one of the greatest tracking things is Google Analytics overall, right? And that will help you determine. But when you're talking specifically about referrals, is we really love leveraging technology. And when you can't leverage technology, you can also just utilize a spreadsheet, or like Kate utilizes G Suite for her referrals specifically in her group practice.
What I do is our client care coordinator, she has access to G Suite. We pay for the paid version, and we have a BAA, so it's HIPAA compliant. And what I have set up for her are Google Forms. So there's a Google form that has all these different questions that tracks, so that we know all the information about where the referral is coming from, where they're going, what services they're looking for, and then it pre-populates it automatically into a Google spreadsheet. So it's really easy information for us to know what's working, and we can always look back on that to inform our marketing strategies moving forward. And what do you do?
Now, I'll share what I do, but one thing that I do want to say is it's great to track. But if you don't do anything with the numbers, it doesn't mean much, right? And so really planning monthly, whether you're looking at the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, or the 5th, is schedule a specific date where you actually review your numbers. Because if you're not reviewing your numbers, it's kind of like having a hammer and no nail, right? That's really, really important. For me, what I do is I have used Wufoo, and that is a form on my website. So what's cool is either clients fill it out, or if they're calling me, I actually fill it out. And it actually, like Kate does, is pre-populates everything. And then I can pull an Excel document from there. And then when I had an assistant in the past, is she would then go through it and do all the numbers and the percentages. So then I could really look quickly at what was working. So after many, many years of being in private practice, and we've done all of the marketing things, the good, the bad, and the ugly. For me, what works is Google Ads and Psychology Today. And Tammy, you're right on, because I wouldn't have known that, but I only invest my money in those areas, and that's it. That's it. I don't do anything else right now for private practice. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, it's really important. I have a group practice, and so it's a little bit of the online marketing and the community marketing, as well as having some really established referrals and knowing which of those referrals refer to you most. Yes. So for us, it's psychiatrists, it's primary care physicians, it's having a really amazing client attractive website.
100%,
and then running those
important.
AdWords to it. And then also having a Psych Today just for the backlink. There's a lot of other stuff in the mix with that, but knowing that those strategies work the most allows us to know what's working. And then even when you can get really specific into things like Google Analytics and knowing which ad campaigns you want to put more of a budget behind. And
now you're exhausting me.
That's a whole nother story. Yes. One of the things I did want to mention is if you are a HIPAA covered entity, if you take insurance, you want to make sure that your system and whatever technology you're using is HIPAA compliant.
100%.
Yes. So make sure it's HIPAA compliant, and there's different platforms out there that you can use. Hushmail has forms and they have spreadsheets, and it's kind of similar to G Suite, and it's all HIPAA compliant. So just make sure you do your research and you're protecting yourself and protecting your client's confidentiality.
Yeah, number one. So we wanted to thank you guys for joining us on this episode. And if you need support in your private practice, specifically with marketing, check out privatepracticestartup.com. And if you have a question that you would love us to answer, we would love to answer it for you. So look for the Just Ask Us post in the Tuesday section in Facebook. My goodness, I have to
It's a tongue twister.
enunciate that because it would have been awful. We wanted to remind you guys,
You guys got
this.
We'll see you the next time.
Take care.